Hi friends, in this video I am discussing about what is meant by variables and what are the rules to be followed to construct the variables and how to take a decision whether given variable is valid or invalid. So let us first discuss what is meant by variables. So the variables or identifiers are nothing but what here the name which is given to the entity such as variables, that is functions and structures. So whatever the name we choose for name of the memory location, the name of the function and structures are called as the identifiers or variables. So the identifiers must be unique. So in a program, whatever the variable names we declare, those must be a unique. So that is, the two variable names must not be a same. So they are created to given a unique name to an entity to identify it during program execution. So now let us see what are the different rules which are to be followed to declare a valid variable name. So let us consider the some of the examples of the variables. So here this is a memory location and the name of this memory location is number and this is of type integer, and the second memory location we have taken as a what here sum. So this is a name of the variable, this is a name of the variable, and this is also a name of the variable, and these are nothing but the data type, the data type. So the type of the data we are storing in a memory location, and what is the name of the memory location we are specifying. So those are nothing but we call it as a variable names. So we have to choose a valid variable name for a memory location for the identification purpose. So now let us look at what are the different rules which are used for constructing a valid variable name. So the first rule specify the identifier must begin with either a character or a underscore. So whatever the variable name we choose, it must begin with either a underscore character or a character, a underscore symbol or a character. So now let us look at some of the examples which are valid variable names and which are not valid variable names. So this column shows the valid variable names. So here all the variable names which begins with the character symbol. So here all the variable names, so these two variable names either begins with underscore or a character symbol, and here these variable names begins with a character. So all these variable names are considered as a valid variables, and these examples shows invalid variable names. So the first rule specify whatever the name we choose for the variable must either begin with a character or a underscore. So if it is begins with a underscore character, then we consider it as a valid variable. Otherwise uh, it must begin with what here the character. Okay, so suppose if the variable name starts with at the rate, uh, say name, so then this name neither begins with a underscore character or character. So this is what here invalid variable name. And let us consider one more variable, that is one, say name. So this is also what here invalid variable name. And say 20 age, this is also invalid variable name. And let us consider like ampers dollar, say rs. So this is also what here invalid variable name. So this is the first rule. So now look at the second rule. So the second rule and third rule specify the variable name. Yes, the variable name do not start with a. Yes, the variable name uh, do not start with a digit or the symbol. And next, the keyword cannot be used as a identifier name. That is a variable name. So if we are using a keyword as a identifier or variable name, then it becomes what here invalid. Okay, and the next rule is what here, if it starts with any other symbol, uh, like a dollar sign, ampersand sign, then it is what here invalid variable name. And if it is also starts with a digit, that is also invalid variable name. Now let us look at few examples here, right? So these names starts with what here keyword, so all are what here invalid, right? All are invalid here, right? And these are what here valid variable names, right? Say for example, if we declare that is int, say ampersand x comma ampersand y, so these two are what here invalid variable name, because it start with the symbol other than the underscore. And if it starts with say 1x and 1y, so these two are invalid variable names. So now let us look at the next rule, that is the identifiers are case sensitive. There is a difference between uppercase and the lowercase letters. So whatever the variables names we choose, there is a difference between uppercase variable name and lowercase variable names. Say for example, if we declare that is int, say in small letter x, this variable name is different than what here this capital letter x. So this is different variable, for this different memory location will be allocated, and this is also what here different variable, for this different memory will be allocated, right? So there is a difference between capital letters and small letters. See here, in this example, so all these variables are different here, because the name of the variable may be same, but whatever the characters which are used in the name, so those differs, right? So here this is a salary, so all are having small letters, so this is different than this one, and this is different than this one, this is different than all these three here. So all the variables are differs in terms of what here, the case, uppercase and lowercase. So therefore all these variables are different here, even though its name is same. So next, uh, the next rule, underscore can be used, right? So the next rule defines, the next rule defines underscore can be used to join two words as a word, or only first 31 characters are significant. Suppose if we are using two words for the variable name, then those two words must be joined with the underscore. So for example, let us consider roll number. So I want to declare the variable name as a, say, roll number. So there is a space between roll and number. So if we declare that is int roll number with space, then this becomes what here invalid. So if you want to declare the variable name where it is having two words, then you must join that variable name with the underscore character. So This is what here the this rule specify, right? So here we have another variable name. We want to take it as a student name. It is having two words, right? See, if we declare in this way, that is char student and space name, then this becomes what here, invalid. So if you want to have this name as a variable name, then you must join this with what here, underscore, right? So all these are valid variable names and these are invalid variable names. Thank you.